In Exodus chapter 3, verse 7. Listen to this because it goes back to Psalms 10 and 15 and 16. Listen to this. Let me see something. Let me read you this. I'm going to go to verse 17 in Psalm chapter 10. It says in Psalms chapter 10, verse 17, Yahuwah, thou hast heard the desires of the humble. Thou wilt prepare their hearts. Thou wilt cause thy ears to hear. Exodus chapter 3, verse 7. Yahuwah said, I have surely seen the afflictions of my people which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrow. See, the Most High heard their cries in Egypt. Even in Revelations. Let me see something. Revelation, I think it's chapter 7. Let me see something. It's in Revelation where it says, they said, how long, O Lord? How long, O Lord? And it says, the Most High said, he heard the cries, but many more has to it's in Revelation also where they're crying out, and the Most High heard their cries. I can't find it right now, but I'm going to go ahead and continue on. Let's go to Daniel chapter 2, verse 44. All this is happening because he don't heard the cries of the humble. He don't heard them. Daniel chapter 2, verse 44. I'm about done. 1 minute. And in the days of these kings shall the El of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. For as much as thou saw that the stones was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great God of El has made known to the kings what shall come to pass hereafter. And the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof is sure. Revelations chapter 11, 15 through 17. And I'm done with this one. And the seventh angel sounded, and there was great voice in heaven saying, the kingdom of this world are become the kingdom of our Yahuwah and his Christ. He shall reign forever. The 24 elders which sat before El on their throne fell on their face and worshiped El, saying, we give thee thanks, O Yahuwah El Almighty. which art and was and are to come, because thou hast taken to thee thy great power and hast reigned. What am I saying? We should be giving praise right now for what's going on, because we see things from a spiritual point of view and not a physical point of view. We're seeing that the word of Yahuwah is really coming to fruition. And your salvation comes when you obey his commandments, when you walk in his word and you do his will. When you start praising, your salvation comes when you start praising him for everything that he has done, because he is the only one, or the Ruach HaKodesh is the only one could be able to do the things that's going on the earth today. Yahuwah is the only one that could be able to dry up all these rivers. Yahuwah is the only one that could be able to cause all these problems on the earth at the same time. So our salvation comes when we acknowledge him for everything that's going on the earth today, and we give him praises for it, because we see his kingdom is right at the door. So let me pray, and let me let you get out of here. Abba, as we come to you today, we thank you, we praise you, we give you all the honor and the glory. Abba, we just thank you for what you're doing and how you're doing it. We thank you for everything that we see, Abba, because we know that you're in control and you're in charge. Abba, we know that our salvation comes, we acknowledge your word and your actions, and we abide by your word and your actions, and we give you praise for everything that you do. Abba, we ask that you just help us to continue to be obedient to your word, follow your laws, statutes, and commandments, and just do your will. Abba, and even though we see trying times to come, we just got to put our life into your hands and do what you have told us to do. Abba, we see so much stuff going on in the world. We know that you're in control. We know that you're in charge. We know what you are doing, or we have a glimpse of what you're doing. But we just ask that you forgive us for the sins that we have committed knowingly and unknowingly. We ask that you forgive our forefathers the sins that they have committed knowingly and unknowingly. We ask that you continue to let us see the way you want us to see, hear the way you want us to hear, and speak the way you want us to speak. And all these things we pray in your higher name. So let it be. Shalom. Have a nice Sabbath day. Judgment time, recompense for everybody crimes. Say you ain't sinning, Father, no you lying. Messiah opening them seals, you can't run the eye. You running out of time, you need to change your mind, repent or die. The clouds getting closer to the earth, the wicked about to get hurt. 2nd Ezra 15-4, judgment coming saying, whoa, get on the ark and close the door. The family you trying to warn, the Father ain't playing no more. His creation chase creation, but not the creator. They gon' say he wrong when they feel his anger. He sending prophets warning you from danger. He blowing candles out cause he the maker. He gave us life, folks say he'll take the word of the wicked, we gon' see with our eyes. Dwelling in this secret place and watching people die. Holding on to your word, wipe my head to the sky. By the blood of the Lamb, we still alive. It's judgment time. They sold the 12 tribes. The same trees they hungers on is burning with fire. He's sending floods, earthquakes, we in the end times. They gave his babies to the gators, don't forget now. He delivered us from Egypt, about to do it all again. Finding out that we the people, so we putting down our sins. Father, we wanna go home, Abba, please let us in. Oh, we know into your word, cause you bout to send your winds. Abba, keep us from the hour of temptation. Trusting in your word, we just waiting. Come get us from these nations. Abba, keep us from the trickery of Satan. Trusting in your word, not these nations. We in the tribulation.